YouTube as well. Get that rolling. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Hope you're all doing well. Happy Wednesday. Like I just mentioned to the Discord, it is Wednesday, September 17th, FOMC day. So I'll be looking for some more longs on gold. Unfortunately, it held our demand zone, our 45-minute demand that we were looking at yesterday. Right, so we saw it yesterday. It's formed over here. I'll show you. So yesterday when we were doing our pre-market analysis on gold, we were able to see that we didn't really have any good demand zones until this one down over here near key psych level, 3700. And when we extended it to the left, we saw it was an area that was resistance. Then we broke it, now it's support. Alright, well great. Well, how did gold react in it today? I'll play it out and I'll show you. We'll do 10x. So first, yesterday didn't really give us the best of moves. Like, this was our New York session yesterday on gold. It wicked higher, pushed lower, found some lows, pushed higher. It was pretty range bound. It is at all-time highs, so we can't be expecting a clean run up the whole time. With that being said, we ended up, let's see. So we came into this demand zone, we started wicking into it, right? And that's the first thing we like to see, right? That means buyers are currently buying whenever we step into this area. Let it play out again, a couple more wicks, and now this is where we are right now. So it looks like we're getting ready to continue. Half a second here. Now there we go, now it's working. Alrighty. So 2 hour, first thing I was seeing today at this point is our 2 hour has now created a basing down here. And now we have a rally. So now we have our 45-minute demand. We're rejecting it back to the upside. So now we could look to see if we could really want to rally higher today. And again, with FOMC, that's enough of a news catalyst to launch us higher. So we're looking for gold to continue its enormous trend it's been on, right? So I'm being patient. I am waiting for a pullback, but with that pullback, I'll be given a great buying opportunity on gold. We'll see where we get filled, see where we want to target. Could even use right here as our TP1. TP1. Alright, there we go. Now that's if we could pull back. So now this pullback that I'm looking for would bring us into this 15-minute order block, which is right here like this. It's a 5-minute fair value gap. That's the blue area I have marked out. Now if I put my volume profile on there, I want to point something out. We're not going to see a low volume shelf over here. And the reason I know that is because look at how price traded within this price range so often overnight. So you can put our volume profile up. Let's do Tuesday, 6 p.m. So we have our futures market. Not even close to a low volume shelf. If anything, that is our point of control. So it does line up on a key level. Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning. 9:05, would be 3 minutes in. This is a pretty good first clip right here, guys, just so you guys know. A little analysis on gold. 15-minute, again, this is strictly pullback. This is not, oh wow, look at this, gold selling off now from all-time highs. No, it's not. It's pulling back from all-time highs and trying to make its way back there again. With the FOMC today, what that does, when they give us that rate cut, is, let's see. Oh, we're still on a replay. I'm like, the hell. Let's get trend, market AI. So, let's see, economic. Did you guys know, I saw a stat, I think it was over 50%. Over 50% of retail buying from this past quarter is from the 10%ers, of the 10% earners in the US. So 50% of this spending was from those 10%. So that's interesting. Today's Tuesday. We have Fed rate decisions. This is our 25 BPS, hopefully, right? Forecast 4.25, previous 4.5. So that's our 0.25 BPS. Other than that, though, they have policy statement. They also have a few other events. Now, these don't happen every FOMC. The interest rate projections, first year, second year, third year, current. When we click on these, and again, this is great with Market AI. If I clicked on it with Trading View over here, I don't think it's going to give me that information. It doesn't even tell me oh yeah, projections. FOMC economic projections gives a small brief about it, but it doesn't really give us the best of information. Whereas, let's see. So let's do interest rate projections current. And look, it just gives a much smoother reading. The impact, report summary, where is, now I wanted to see also, it does, I was going to say, does it give us like exact numbers for previous on each one? So first year, second year, third year, 3.6, 3.4, 3.1. Guys, this information might not sound relevant, but once we get the information on FOMC, we get some of these numbers coming in too, we get some inflation data coming in next month, things are going to start piling on, we're going to get some more clarity on the economy. As of right now, things are really up in the air. What with this rate cut, in my opinion, that brings the uncertainty. If everybody is so sure we're getting a rate cut, well, then I think a lot of people are going to be unsure of the direction of the market when there's uncertainty. And not only that, it's not even uncertainty and unsure of the direction of the market. It's uncertainty in the sense of uncertainty in how the economy's doing. So if an inflation report comes back super strong next month, like crazy high, oh, this could have been a great gold entry right there. I just saw that right now. I'm busy yapping. Then that could be, what was I saying? Wow, I lost it, man. I saw that gold and I was like, oh, shoot. But, we could wait. We could see if we could retest. I don't think we will at this point. We might. We got 5 minutes. Well, we don't have 5 minutes, but 9:08. Let's take a look at ES and NQ. S&P 500 and NASDAQ, I'm expecting a meltdown. Price action-wise, it's telling me it's trying to melt. It's telling me, help me, I'm melting. Like, I'm pretty sure the NASDAQ is a witch, and we just threw water on it. So, I want to see if we could keep melting through some of these demand zones. Something to point out, however, is that we held what seems to be an hourly fair value gap. So we can mark this out. You guys know I don't really use hourly FVGs, but we'll mark it out for the moment and see if there are any demand zones that line up with it. And if there aren't, then again, I'm expecting a slow chop lower. Let's see. Make this white. Great. So right now I saw this demand, I saw a strong rally, and the most recent area of consolidation that I see is down over here, near 24,400. That's about 120 points away on the NASDAQ. And even if we got that sell-off, 120 points on the NASDAQ, we are still holding the higher lows. So that's something to really look for as well. So a couple things lining up on NQ. And really looking to see if, we want to sell off, find a short position with equities. Do we want to find some support down here near 2440? 24,400. We see that we're in a clear bull trend at the moment. But remember, with any type of economic or FOMC, that could bring some type of reversal. Uncertainties can bring reversals. So let's see. Delete this. Keep that there for now. This is previous day high. Previous day low. YouTube guys, good morning. Hit that like button if you're here. Marzidi Random, what's up, guys? What's up, gents? Good morning.
What's up?
What's up?
Yeah.
Good morning, good morning. Something I'll look for on NASDAQ today is the 4-hour close. Check this out, guys. So we came off of that, what was that? That 1 hour fair value gap right here, which again, I'm not the biggest fan of them, so you're not going to see me marking them out, or else you'll have like a 1 hour fair value gap here, a 4 hour fair value gap there, 1 hour demand zone there, 4 hour, it's going to get messy, right? And that creates inconsistency. We want to be able to consistently come back to supply and demand, consistently come back to support resistance. gap fill, orb levels, whatever the case may be, volume profiles, previous days volume profiles. There's so many different tools in the market, and all of them work. They just take time and consistency, not strategy hop. Let's see, NASDAQ. So, I was mentioning the 4 hour before, and I'll tell you why. On the 4 hour time frame, I really want to see if price can try to get above. Realistically, I'd want to rally. So I'd want to see if we can get above here. 4H, and then we'll throw a little bull in there. Yes, sir. So if we could get, because guys, now try to picture this, right? Now we always have to try to picture ahead, because we're not trying to predict the market, but we do want to be, oh, I just had it. Realistic. We want to be realistic with the market. Realistically, if we were to hold this support zone, realistically, we are creating higher highs, higher highs, higher highs, higher lows, higher lows. So if we do create a higher low, we do start to rally here. That's not unrealistic. Okay, the 4 hour closes. We don't have to wait 4 full hours for that to close, right? Luckily for us, the 4 hour closes at 10 a.m. Eastern. So we could be patient 48 minutes and see how that 4 hour closes before even considering any longs, right? Because that will just hold us in confidence and have us be patient. Because then we'll have that close somewhere up here. We'll be around 24,559. Then we'll be able to wait for some type of pullback on the new 4 hour and try to take our long positions from there. If that setup occurs. That's a big if. We do have to see how markets react. Now, we can come down lower. Just taking a quick look down here on the 4 hours, seeing if there are any demand zones or anything. Again, last point of consolidation, and we will mark this out as a demand. Just so we have a price target to the downside. Now, just because you have a supply or demand doesn't mean you have to short it or go long there. If we have a demand zone, as I see that message, I didn't read it yet, but I think I know what it's about. Oh no, that's funny, I thought you were going to ask about Bookmap. No, bro, not yet. I just got some estimates on it yesterday. Get that going, I don't know, at some point. 1 hour, let's see, so 1 hour FEG, we're trying to hold it. This zone probably broken. Waiting on that 4 hour. Oh, right, what I was saying was, because I'm marking this out as a demand zone, this isn't realistically the A+ zone that I look for. You guys know that I like to look for a smaller body. So you see this red body right here, how it's a pretty long bar, it's a rectangle. I'd want it to close a little higher, almost like how this green candle closed, with the long lower wick. So I would still want to see that lower wick to the downside, small red body, and then that big strong move to the upside. We didn't really have that wick to the downside, but we had a very strong move to the upside. On the NASDAQ, we moved up about 200, almost 300 points if you're marking from low to high. So it's relatively strong in that this point of consolidation, there was a lot of buying accumulation that gave us a move like this. So what we can expect the next time when that price returns to this level is the same thing. So let's mark that out. It's going to be our D4 hour. And again, this might not be an area where I take a long. It might be an area where I'm looking to target when I take a short if this 4 hour demand zone rally trade setup doesn't play out. So plenty of setups starting to line up here, and all of them requiring us to be patient. Gold sucks. No, I'm just kidding. I love gold. We just missed our entry today because it was pre-market was entry on gold off demand, and then where was it? This entry I missed because I was yapping about FOMC. I gotta keep those yaps to a minimum if we got momentum. See. I gotta figure out, let's see, let me grab a water. My water. I want to show you guys how to sort of look for, you see how this is probably a spoof order on the NASDAQ, 24,542. Looks like there's about 43 lots, but on the large lot tracker with Bookmap, it shows me a white line all the way towards the end, which tells me about 90% of this order is just one trade, which also tells me that if price gets close, if it's one trade, it's a lot easier for them to completely cancel it out and have it be a fake out. Something you'd want to look for if you don't have the large lot tracker, which is only available for Global Plus, is when you zoom back out, See if that's a level that was recently plotted. If it was very recently plotted, there is a better chance it's a spoof. If it's a price level that's been sitting there for a long time, a lot of times those are levels that have a little more consistency. I don't really see any on NASDAQ right now. See if gold has anything. Like, here we go, gold. I can't go any further than this on gold. This is 726 though in the morning, and this level has been there, and there is no large lot tracker on this price level. So that's another great way of seeing those large lots without using the actual indicator. So boom, there you go, Oz. I hope you were watching that. Let's see. Gold pulling back. Ooh, there we go, gold. I like that. Low volume shelf between this 08 and 76. Nice. And what did I have? Like 76. 67. Alright, let's see. It's ridiculous. What a stupid meme. Guys, join me for Futures Fever today. I'm going to have the founder of Market AI on, so that's going to be pretty cool. He's going to go over his trading system. He's a futures trader as well, but he came up with Market just under a year ago. Well, 2 years ago he came up with the idea, but they released it under a year ago. And in my opinion, after all the companies I've worked with, all the different software, the edge fulls, Bookmap is its own category. That's an order flow tool, that's a trading tool. But this is just really in-depth, really hands-on, and really gives you an advantage in terms of knowing the direction of the market, knowing the sentiment of the market, knowing what's moving the markets, right? If you don't know, if you're coming in today's your first day in the market, you don't know anything about the economy, and you log in, and you create a Market AI account, you're able to then say, okay, well, what's going on? We have a Market AI sentiment index. It says it's risk on right now, but it's only about a 58. So traders choose momentum, high beta assets outperform. Okay, well, what's really moving it? Fed rate cuts. The Fed Reserve's recent cuts amid ongoing economic growth boost investor confidence, encourage equity risk taking. Okay, what else is moving? Like, it breaks it down easy for you. It even has recent news, and then it has a summary on that as well. Economy, equities. This is dope too. I like this. Look at this, man. The last time we had a rate cut was, let's see, looks like we cut December. Went from 4.75 to 4.5. So that was last December. Now we're going to have another cut. CPI slowly moving down, but it is curving higher on this last report. Unemployment has, as we know, been moving higher, pretty consistent. It's been around the 4s. Yeah, started the year around 4.1. Currently at 4.3. GDP's just GD chilling. Retail sales is in the middle. Remember, 50% of the retail sales, though, was from those 10% earners. That being said, imagine this was at 0.3%. That'd be a huge drop. It'd be around right there. So it starts to curve lower. Consumer sentiment index moving lower. A lot of things moving lower. And then there's the inflation reports that are moving higher. ISM manufacturing and services. It's got a COT report. I've never used a COT report before until I saw them release it here. It's pretty interesting. Latest this month. You always want to do latest. We could do, where is it? Indices. S&P 500, 56% long, 55% longs. NASDAQ, 57% longs. Let's see, where else? I liked gold, metals, man. Always heavy strong. Look at this, gold, 83% long. Bullish sentiment, increasing bullish, long percentage. It gives you the net position for the large specs and commercials. So large speculators are like the traders who are trading for profit. The commercials are the ones hedging position. So they're always going to be trading against the trend. So we see that large specs even started to increase the past 2 reports on gold. So I'm looking for continuation on that. How can buyers step up or FOMC? It's like they know everything before it happens. Well, it's not really. So LAR, what happens is what's it called? They price it in, right? So they're pricing it in. They're not just gonna have FOMC come out and then the market shoot up so high. So they're gonna price it in over time, and at this point, it pretty much is priced in. Look at this rally since we've sort of announced the FOMC. Even if it was from around 23,700, it's about a 4% move on the Nasdaq. Let's take a look at, let's see, our gap fill for Nasdaq. That's a good price level to find. We got 9 minutes till market opens. When market opens, we will watch the ESNQ and a little bit of gold. All right, here's our gap fill price on NAS. And gap fill is basically the New York session closed yesterday to the New York session open today. So we'd want to open a bit lower and then trade lower and then find some support and target that gap fill price. If it is, let's see, if it is a very small percent gap. So let's see, like, look, like we could open, I'd want to open somewhere in this green zone on NASDAQ and then see a sell off first to find some buying pressure to the downside and find longs back in this zone. Maybe even possibly a reversal at this low that was created at 4:30 in the morning. But we'll see. Gold pulling back. Let's take a look at ES now. Good morning, guys. What's up, everybody? Good morning, good morning. Yo, Dan, I'm recording. This is on YouTube right now. I see you joined. I don't know if you joined now or just recently, DC. But, I'm going to have you check out the beginning of this, because the first 3 minutes I covered, what was it? I covered gold, and that 45-minute demand zone that we marked out when we had our session, what was that, Monday or Friday? I don't even remember, man. But look, this 45 we had marked out, remember we extended it to the left to make sure it was working as resistance, and it was. Extended back to the right, now it's going to be our support, and that's exactly how it held up overnight. Not really overnight, 6:37 in the morning. Now gold's pulling back. I'd like to see how it reacts to the 08 to the 705, right where price is trying to enter now. Let's see. I'll let you guys know if I take this trade. I am setting up to possibly take this trade. So what I'm looking for is see how the seller sort of got stuck at this support zone. Here we go. Did we tap in the low volume shelf yet? I don't think so. I'm not in it yet. I'll let you guys know. Did not touch my entry. Awesome, man. Cool stuff. A little bit of a seller stepping in here. Don't go long yet. Markets open in 5.5 minutes. Am I missing anything today? We covered our economic calendar. We don't really have any big earnings coming up. We got Futures Fever at Wednesday. That's today at 11:30. All right, that seller's trying to get stuck there. Let's see. I'm gonna try it right here at this 10.2. Oh, it didn't fill me. Bro, my orders are like laggy lately. Like when I try to move it, they just like chill there for a minute. Alright, so I'm not filled yet. Give me 1 sec. I was looking at the seller, and we didn't really get a good reaction, and we didn't really hit that low volume shelf either. Alright, let's see. Good morning, everybody. What's going on, guys? YouTube, smash that like. Yo, what's up, Mike? Dave? Good morning, guys. So gold find a little more selling. Again, I'm looking to see how we react in this zone from like, well, right here where I have marked out. 08.8 to 3707.5. We're keep finding a little support here after that seller tried to step in. I don't want to jump the gun here for us to dip lower, possibly stop out and then re-enter. You know what I'm saying? But I do understand that sort of has been my trading style, and that is a bit more aggressive, right? Where I could take an entry, take a loss, re-enter, and then make it back and then some. So you gotta understand where your pros and cons are in your trading, where you do your best, where you do your worst, and really take advantage of it. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know you could do that. If you come down here and hit the trading view button, brings you right to the trading view site. So look, another seller stepping in. This is why I'm not too confident in these longs yet. However, I wouldn't be confident in shorts because this big seller, somebody's clearly absorbing this. There's a buyer waiting, just sitting here just going num 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 num, just eating all these sell orders, going, oh, thank you very much. Again, I don't want to take longs here yet. If anything, I will be a bit patient and see if let's see, Control C, Control V, make a copy of that. If we could find momentum, this would be the trade setup I'd look for, right? So I give myself an opportunity to say, okay, if we do hold this point, I'll be able to take the trade stop loss at the low we just made. If we don't take this trade, then I could be patient for my zone, but either way, there's no rush. Random, you seeing anything?
Yeah, I just took two. I just wrote it. I just took two scalps on NQ this morning. I usually don't trade the before too much, but it was a really good low on NQ this morning.
Oh, nice. Market's open in a minute and a half. We're opening above that green zone I wanted us to open at, and gold is pulling back too. So glad we were patient, right? But you, Marziti, what you looking at this morning?
I'm working on some other projects here. I'm not sure I'm gonna trade much today here with FOMC. I'm debating on that.
All right, good idea. Not bad, not bad. There we go. Gold getting a little something something here. I'm just gonna wait 1 second. I'm not jumping the gun because we don't know if it's a fake yet. I'll take it. See if I can get filled at 31 point. I'm sorry, 3711 point. Oh no, come on now. All right, yeah, there we go. 3710.9. That's where it filled me. Stop is at 3709.7. Good, so it did fill. It filled this setup. And I'm sort of looking for a scalp today. So if we could head towards 3713 real quick, I'll just get right on out. Right on out. Hey, go buyers, go. Run that. Let's go. Just trading with the trend. Because who's our friend? Kevin. And the trend.
I just marked out NQ in the minute because most people trade minutes, not range. But you can
Nice.
see like it's basically been holding there. So if it comes back and it holds that area, then it'll just be another opportunity, right?
Yeah. 100. Let's see. Hold up. I just want to get out of this in a second here. Trying to get out at 12.6. Just to get out into a little momentum. And I'm out. Alright. Good stuff, guys. One and done. A little scalpy poo. And I'm just playing. Alright. Markets are open too on that. Take a look where NASDAQ's trading. NASDAQ with the pop at market open. Same with the ES. This is no longer our open price. We did not mark out the ES this morning. Mark it out real quick. Previous day low. Delete this. Previous day high. Open price. Today's open price, of course. 4 hour. Got a 4 hour supply zone up here. Could be a target to the upside. You guys are going to see me speed run these zones right now. 4-hour supply, open price, previous day low, taken out into a demand zone, found support, pushed higher off of it. Definitely bullish on that. Taking out that lower high. Yup, nice, good stuff. So we can watch this right here. See how we're printing above it and holding above it? So then we'll look for a pullback and a higher low to form, take those longs. Nice, good charts, man. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. Hope you guys are able to make a little shmoney off gold right there. Beautiful entry. It's going to keep going. It's got some nice momentum. Nice, nice, beautiful. Let's see, guys. Don't forget, join me for Futures Fever today, 11:30. I'm going to send the link here. I do appreciate it. Join, show some love, show some support. That way, hopefully push Benzinga to give me I want to do another show. They approved another show for Thursdays, but then I know they're changing some stuff on their back end to hopefully run a longer stream throughout the day. I told them, let me know if you need help filling up any slots. We'll get another future segment going, or some market analysis, whatever the case may be. But pretty dope. You guys know I like doing those shows. It's fun. Alright, let's take a look at the ES and NQ now. And let's also take a look at our equities, our stonks. We have Microsoft pushing lower off the open. Meta also rejected previous day high. Google pushing lower. Nvidia's pretty weak. Amazon's pretty weak. Apple's the only strong one right now, guys. So I would be careful on any longs on NASDAQ. S&P 500 clearly has more momentum to the upside. Look at that, this big buyer getting stuck up there. Sell wall sitting at 541. Something too, guys, with the large volume, the large lot tracker, is this showed me that 50% of this was one trade. Now that's still a large amount, but it's still held as resistance. So that was a great area, and that lined up in a fair value gap on the 15-minute time frame. That's fire. We did not take that on NASDAQ, but that is like an A+ right there. So what we look for is we look for confluences, right? So the confluence being here on NASDAQ, we're melting through demand zones. As I mentioned earlier in the pre-market, we had a 1-hour fair value gap that held overnight, but I wasn't expecting it to hold again because it's a 1-hour FVG, and I know those aren't that consistent. So I wanted to see us sort of melt lower again. With that being said, we had our gap up when market opened. We had a 15-minute fair value gap. Now, fair value gaps are helpful when looking for trend, right? So if we're making some lower highs, then we could create a fair value gap here and look for price to say, okay, create a lower high, and if we want to stay bearish, we aren't going to come up to this high again. We're going to create another lower high again, right, where the fair value gap is. And that was a great place, a great selling point. We were in those longs on gold at that point, but this was another great setup. And again, that also, the confluence being, we're trying to make some lows now, and we're melting through this demand zone. And I mentioned yesterday, I don't know who was there, I don't know if you were all there, I don't know if one of you were there, whoever, but I was mentioning that when we're selling off, I think it was actually a one-on-one session, so it might have been with DC, but when we are selling off, or Quentin, but he's not in Bullishbrs, when we were selling off, and we come into an area of demand, and we're bearish, I'm not going to use that demand zone for longs. However, I'm going to be aware of that zone because I'm not expecting us to melt through it fast. I'm expecting us to still sort of come through it, and everybody that was here supporting it, was here buying it, they're going to sort of give us some chop and give us some range until we are finally able to break through it. Then once we're able to break through it in full, all of those buyers are done, they're consumed, then we're able to look for the next low to be taken out. But it usually isn't a clean drop. It does usually take a few tests before breaking through. The days that we do just break through no problem, those are the days that we use those broken demand zones as supply. That's another good tip. Guys, I'm giving gold today. A+ setup with this, A+ setup with that. That sell-off, man, from 24,540. 40 points right there, and I'm thinking Nas wants to continue too, dude. No support under us, bye-bye. Amazon selling off, Nvidia just dropped. Meta dropped. Sayonara. Below
I'm short for the
24.
first time in a week.
Nice. Careful below this 24,500. A lot of people might be short below it. Might get a little pullback here. But, you know, it's clean, man. I like it to
No,
the
I mean I took a
downside.
short. I didn't short the five. I just mean I took a short today for the first time in a week.
No, I know. I know. No, I didn't think you shorted the lows. I'm just saying in general. But good stuff, bro. Yeah, it's been a real clean bull trend lately on ES and NQ. And gold. But it's about time. I'm waiting for them to crack, and they're starting to crack. Another 5 right there. Another 5. Boom, boom. Big drop. Bro, I'm hungry. Alright, let's see. A lot of selling pressure. Wouldn't go long down here. Dude, gold. There you go, guys. Boom, boom, boom. That was a 5-1 right there. I took it for a scalp. I was happy with that. Had a little goal I had to hit. And we know that when we have goals, when we set goals for ourselves, once we start straying away from one goal or one rule, then the rest is out the window. We have to be so disciplined with ourselves. Let's see where we at, where we
I
at.
know watching gold. I don't really. I'm on NQ right now, but I'm watching 6850. See if it bounces into there and has it bounce at all. Basically holding off on shorts into it.
Nice. 6850 on you said 6850 what ES?
Yes, it's 6850 on the ES, or sorry, on NQ. So 46850. Yeah,
Oh, 68.
we're
Got you,
on the new
got you.
contract, right? So 46850. It on the new contract, it's usually 2 or 300. Like you remember how we finished at 305? That was a good level for me. But you have
Yeah.
to add like 250 points when the contract changes.
Yo,
So it's really like 550.
nah, but I hear you. I got the what'd you say, 468?
Yeah, 46850. Yeah,
Bro, I
that's what
got
I'm
the
watching for.
same exact level. I have
There
468
you go.
even. That's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah. Let's see. I think I found that was like a previous all-time high or something. No, what was that?
So off of the bottom, that was the lowest contracts above um like the buying volume. So I usually look at, for me, I don't look at just like, oh, that's the highest buying volume. I'm like, if they're gonna protect it, they're gonna start buying above like the lowest traded volume. Does that make sense at all? Or
100%.
so the lowest traded volume in that region off of that bounce was 468.50.
Nice. Yeah, low volume. Like a volume profile. You use TPO, right?
Contracts, volume pro, yeah, TPO contracts, doesn't matter at all. Yeah, all the same. Yeah.
Nice. But yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, right there, guys. I'm thinking the same thing, right? We got low volume to the downside over there. This is trading the range. We wouldn't sell the lows. We want to buy those lows. But right now, we don't want to buy anything with that selling pressure. We'll be patient. Yeah, Nvidia's taking a
Yeah.
big hit.
Yeah. We don't want to.
Yo,
When it gets
guys.
close to it, I chill out. But when it gets added, I'm not just like full port long. No,
Yo,
I'm just
right.
gonna. I'm okay getting the second entry if it makes a good bounce.
Bro, 100 guys, that second entry, that's the golden entry. You try to get that first entry every time, you're gonna end up stubbing your toe more times than not.
Wreck City.
Literally. That's where the term you don't want to be the first buyer comes from, because we don't know if this is going to be the higher low we create, right? We don't know if this is going to be the reversal until we get the actual reversal. But guess what? When we get that actual reversal, it's not too late. Markets are going to have structure. They're going to create a higher low. It'll give you a pullback entry. But let it confirm first that hey, we're reversing. Good morning, guys. Good morning, man. Selling off even stronger on NQ here. Pulling up Nvidia for you guys. NVIDIA come back to the bottom of its range over here. I loved NVIDIA near 168s, 170s. But I don't know how much, man, because if we break 166 on NVIDIA, I'm thinking the whole market's ready for a drop. Scary going along how you'll do it. What you mean? Just look at the trend. We're bullish. Trade with the trend. Trend is our friend. Got to be able to trade both directions. My best trades usually come from either a trend trade on something like gold or range trades on something like NASDAQ and ES, because in my opinion, they range a lot more than they trend. Generally speaking, during the New York session, when a lot of people are trying to get those big trades, and people only remember, like Random mentioned a few weeks, probably months ago at this point, but people don't remember those base hits. People only remember big moves in the market, so they expect it all the time. Be realistic, right? If we're in a range right here on NASDAQ, and we were pulling back, look at this, New York session opening over here, and I know that this demand zone has been broken, so we could even delete this. And okay, look, we're range bound, but we're clearly creating some lower highs at this point. Now, I know this isn't answering the question of how do you go long. This is more of a question of how do you go short. But if you inverse this chart, it would be the same answer, right? It all depends. But range bound, right? We're ranging, creating some lower highs, but also at this point up here, we're creating another lower high, right? A lot of people might think, oh, we're reversing, but nah, we're pretty range bound. It'd be pretty easy for the market to hit price levels that it already hit overnight. So we want to trade that range. We want to get back within that range. That would be a trade setup sort of like this. Let's see. And of course, using Bookmap, we saw 24,540 was an amazing level, and that's right up here near the top of that fair value gap. So let's say we took that, right? Imagine that trade, and that's not even like, oh, 13 to... Listen, if it was 9 to 1, that's a great risk to reward. 5 to 1, great risk to reward. You want to be extra safe? Look at this, 5 to 1 almost. And it's still, well, I don't even take profit down at the low. But you guys get my point. My point is, we don't need some crazy long extension trade. We just have to sort of find the range and find the general direction. Alright, awesome. Gold chilling, doing its thing, finding support again. Check this out. Gold, this was an area of support, this green zone. Held it as support a few times. We broke it, held it as resistance. We're back above it. I want to see it hold as support. Plus, a fair value gap formed over it. Confluence. So, this might be where gold finds its second leg higher and goes towards that. Remember, I had TP1 at what's that, like 37.22. So gold might also be one to continue from here. Nice, man, nice. Gold's got buying delta behind it. I'd be alright with gold longs. Let's see. Gold holding up. Look at that, guys. Like I said, gold wants to hold that area. We'll see. Oh, big seller. We're on replay mode still on NASDAQ. We'll pull this back up. Let's see. Yo, right off of that 68 level, man.
Yeah, man. I took the second tap for a 5. I just don't talk about it because it's, if people don't scalp, it's not good to talk about. But I scalped that second bounce. Yeah.
Yo, this looks good even on the 1. Sort of try to hold right here. But I don't trade the 1. And this is why. Could look for a rejection of that recent 5-minute low. And that key level. And low volume down here. I would really only be looking for longs at this point. Can you show that footprint indicator on trading view with the script? The footprint... So the footprint is the volume footprint. Is that this one you're talking about? If you're talking about that one, you do need TradingView Premium to access that. That would, and then you come over to your candlesticks, come down to volume footprint, star that so it's easy access. Boom, there's that break of that recent 5-minute low. Now at this point, if I was looking for a long setup, I would wait to see if we could get back above that 68. So I'd put my entry at 68. I'd put my stop at the low we just made. So we could say, okay, boom. So let's see if it's able to go and trigger that trade. Just tap 68, so we would be in it. Stop at the low we just made. Knowing that this big seller, there's a lot of sell volume there, might be trapped. You got it, you got it. And then this over here though, this is the volume profile. This is a tool that anybody can use, even with free trading view. Come down to projections, come down to anchored volume profile, and you're gonna plot it wherever you're looking to plot it. Yo, check that out, guys. Amazing. That would have been a quick 10 points right there on Naz. I don't think she's done. We got our volume profile.
That's perfect.
Right?
Man.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're scalping, it's like what we're talking about. You waited actually for the third tap, which is also acceptable, and it's like safer, right?
Yep.
I scalped it one more time on my criteria. I'll share that right now. 1 second.
Nice. Look, that's what I'm saying, man. I don't think it's done yet. 15 points right there from that. I'm thinking volume profile low, volume average lows at 91. That's an easy another 6 points right there. Already, boom, another 5. And then again, trade right back to the range, right? That way, when we look back at today and we're looking at social media and we see a bunch of trading gurus posting, today's price action was shit.
Right there.
Yeah.
Right there, right what we were talking about, that 68.50. So in my criteria, I took a few, but once it grabbed back off of that low, I took one more above that line for a $5, just for a 5. In my case, I trade 5s.
Yeah. Nice. Cool.
I took one 10-pointer, just one, but only because of that dip, right?
Yep. Nice move. 86, 85s, 87, 88. Hold up, guys. I'm just reading the market. Like a book. 90s, 91s. There's our first TP would be right there. Right, so when all the fake guru traders are like, oh, today's price action was crap until we had FOMC. Nah, bro. It's just range bound. It's just how price moves.
Proof's in the pudding. Check that out.
Nice. Let's go.
Yeah, 5s and you're done for the day.
Good job, man. Another pop there to 24,500. That's crazy, man. This was crazy. Just volume profile, man. Volume profile, range, your own analysis, and patience. Gotta keep it as simple as possible. Bro, FOMC today, man. That's gonna be crazy. I really want to see market sell off. I'd like to see the S&P and Nasdaq completely crap the bed of the uncertainty from the rate cut. Now, something to mention. We mentioned our last rate cut was December, right? You guys remember how we traded after December? Because I remember December over here. So let's say it was around the 17th. So let's say this was our last rate cut, right? The 17th of December is right here. That's a sell-off. And then we ranged. And then he announced tariffs. And that uncertainty sold us off. But this, I don't know. Gonna have to see. Gonna have to see. I think let's see. I want to see. Well, it's funny. I don't even have to be like, oh, well, where is it? I could probably find it right here. Economic rate.
Yeah, that bounce though.
Oh, dude, let me see.
That bounce. The bounce is like almost $100.
Oh my god. Bro, that's crazy.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, boy. Look at that, guys. 8-1 for you guys on a silver platter. You're welcome. No, I'm just kidding. But somebody was. I wonder if they're here in the voice chat today. Somebody messaged me that they were new to the community. They're hoping that they could pass their first eval. Adonis, are you in here? No, he's not. Would have passed that eval right there. Fed rate decision. It doesn't tell me the date of it. When was last Fed rate cut? Give me an exact date. Don't give me a history. Just fucking give me the date. VWAP hit. That would have been another TP level, 507 from 67. 50 points right there on Naz. Yeah, the cut was the 18th, it looks like. December 18th. Yeah, yo, Random's got ultimate trading view. He could see candles before they form. It's only $700 a month.
He was asking about the Motive Wave because there's different versions. Just to be, Motive Wave does deals which are coming up soon, and they're half price. Whatever. I don't know those guys, but it's half price coming into like I think what is it called? Red Day? No, Black Friday or
Black
something like that.
Friday.
Right, and most people only need the order flow.
Red
And
Day.
I'm Canadian, so it's like I get killed on it. But in American dollars, it's like I think it's like $500 or something lifetime. So
Nice.
That's what I was looking at for sure. I miss my delta footprints. The ones on Bookmap are super basic, but I took the same trade for 15 points based on the delta divergence, but I can't set it up to see different things. So
yeah, right. I mean, I need it. Like minute trading, 5 minute trading is great for levels. They work, but I like to know like why did it bounce, right?
that's what I like to look at. I like to go back and look at them and see like basically anomalies in the delta. Like why couldn't this level break? Where is an outlier in volume delta? Things like that.
Nice. Volume moves markets. Fair value gaps in order blocks do not. And in orbs, listen guys, these are price levels, these are areas of confluence, right? So when you line them up with each other, it gives you confidence. Confluence adds confidence, but volume really is sort of not the end all to be all, but volume is an extreme when it comes to a confluence. If you could get a volume level to line up with your own analytical level, that's huge. Guys, we're at 24,520. That is about, what were we looking at, 68 as an entry? Over 50 points? 40, over, like 50 points. 50 points on NQ. Boom. Yo, what's up, Kev? What's up, SP Row? Good morning, guys. Rob, Preacher, Nevada Terry, Mr. Motorhead. Good morning, everybody. Hope you guys are doing well. Happy Wednesday. Don't forget, join me for Futures Fever today on Benzinga. It's gonna be a great show. I got the founder of Market AI. His name is Nalab. Great guy, really great software. I love it. Something that I use every day in my morning analysis now because it just gives an overall understanding and outlook of the market, of the economy, and I mean, before I was using Market, that's what I was doing anyway. So this just makes it 1,000 times easier. Absolutely love it. Great for futures traders, even Forex traders. They have currency section over here. Look how cool this is. You could pick a currency, XAU USD, because we're looking for gold, right? And we could check right here. 66% buyers. That's pretty big. They have a Trump tracker. Today's events include President Trump's unprecedented second UK state visit. Where'd that go? I lost it. featuring high-profile ceremonies, a state banquet, and extensive royal and military participation. So nothing off the bat, off the jump, that would be like, oh, Trump is doing this at 3 o'clock. This is gonna happen. However, it's something that he might be meeting with big people. Will he possibly tweet something at those times? Not sure. We'll have to keep an eye. 3:30 a.m. Let's see. You got a lot going on.
He's going to make Britain the 51st state.
What's that?
He's going to make us the 51st state in the UK.
You know what? He's pushing for somebody. If Canada's not gonna give, then we might as well go for UK.
Rescue us.
Yeah, look at this. He's busy today, man. Oh no, where's he at Wednesday? 10 o'clock. Nothing crazy major. I don't see these impacting the market. So we're just range bound until FOMC. So make sure to join me for Futures Fever today. I'll be talking about market AI. I'll be talking about the futures markets in general. Be doing some top-down analysis. What general direction I could see the ES and NQ going in. Some key levels at that too. Seeing that I am expecting a pullback, we're going to need some key levels down there. And gold, where I expect gold to continue or not continue. So it'll be a good show. And guys, if you guys ever have any ideas that you would want to see Market AI show, or any updates or anything at all, let me know and I'll reach out to them and I'll let them know. Because they add things very quickly, they update things very quickly, and their goal is clearly to just make things as simple as possible for us to read. Let's see. Nas range bound. Bro, that's wild. I think this is just a pullback. Nah, we're not in anything right now, guys. We took those gold longs earlier. That is it. That is it on my end. Had that Nas set up. We didn't see that set up till it occurred. This NASDAQ setup, we saw this, talked it out. This was beautiful. And ran for 50 points to the highs. Most is 50 points off there.
We are printing lower highs on the ADR.
Lower highs on where?
ADR, the 80 range.
Oh, got you. Nice.
Print that since yesterday.
Yeah, I took a few days off after it made that high. Just felt like didn't have anything.
Yeah. Alright, this might be where Nas tries to hold. I see some volume starting to step in here on NASDAQ. I wouldn't take this here because look at this, guys. Bookmap-wise, we don't really have that big seller that's trapped, so I would not take that. But I wouldn't look, I don't know. I wouldn't take anything at this point. At this point, what is it, 10 o'clock? Yeah. Now we see that there's no continuation. So we wouldn't expect the sell to continue lower. And we would be careful for any buys to step in now that they just start rejecting near like 5:30. Look at that. There we go. I did mention earlier, though, my overall general buy still is the same, I suppose. So it would still be for us to slowly chop our way through these areas of support, make our way down to 24,381 on NASDAQ. It's another about 100 points or so. 86 points. Nothing crazy. Got a 4-hour demand right there.
Does that contract gap, does that come into play? Or is that probability not as high as
Contract gap because of the rollover?
Yeah, because like 24,315 would be the close on that one.
So I'd recommend, if you're using, are you on TradingView?
Yeah.
Use
yeah.
on the bottom right, click the B adjust button, and that should get rid of any gap. When you do that, though,
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, when you do that though, it does sort of it moves your old zones and stuff. That's why like you'll see me come into the object tree and data window over here like every 3 months and click the top drawing, scroll all the way down, click the bottom drawing while holding shift, and then I come over to settings, displacement, and I move it however far I have to move it.
Roger that. So you're saying you basically don't really pay attention to that contract cap at all?
Correct.
Okay. Thanks.
Now it's still pushing lower into the low volume shelf over here, so again, not really expecting a big breakdown to the downside. Just expecting some chop back lower. We do have FOMC today. Rate cut today. I want to see market sell off with that. Plus again, last rate cut we had. Went a little far there. Bro, this was the last rate cut we had, December 18th. Look at the sell-off. 800 points on the NASDAQ? Excuse me?
Yeah, when it sells off good levels, it's like 1,000 points. Nobody knows what to do.
Yo, this
You know
one
what I
here
mean?
too. I'm pretty, yeah, right? Like seriously. It's like it goes fucking crazy. Yeah, this looks solid, guys. Oh, hey, handsome. It's so funny. His face popped up. Alright. We had 2 cuts. So November there was a cut too. And November, check it out, guys. November gave us a sell-off as well. So that's pretty bearish. That's pretty bearish. I'm gonna mark that out. That's crazy. Oh wow, and our most recent rate cut, December, was from those recent all-time highs. That's what gave us, I don't want to say gave us the reversal. What really set in stone the reversal was the tariffs, but that was our last high up there. That's pretty crazy, guys. Again, you heard it here first. I think the highs might be in the market. This is a time of uncertainty. Markets hate that. I'm going to look for that reversal. I think a lot of people are, I saw some post online that said something about people are like euphoric, and that's what's driving markets. Like, hey, guess what? Vibes don't move markets. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. These are wild moves. The last 2 rate cuts. I'm making a post about that. The last 2 rate cuts. December 2024. November 2024. December 800 point sell off. This was our last all-time high before what? How big of a sell-off on NASDAQ? Because we know the S&P 500 was 20%, so we can only assume NASDAQ's going to be even more. 26%. So this last 2 rate cuts, December 2024, November 2024, December 800 point sell off. This was our last all-time high before selling off for months. 26% on NQ. November was what, like another big sell-off. Not 800, but I mean 570 is big in my opinion. 6, 7, you know? Alright, 570 point sell off. Is this the turning point? Alright, cool stuff, cool stuff. I want to be like one of those, not a trading guru, that's so corny, but I want to be like somebody people go to for like financial and not advice, but like information on the economy, which stocks are trending, what to buy in a stupid quota, what should I buy right now? But just to have that general understanding of what is trending, what does have momentum, what's currently moving in the markets. Nothing crazy to know.
So basically, like an investment advisor.
No. Nah, I'm not, nah. Just oh, I want to, what's overall markets doing right now? Let me check Kevin's page. Be like, oh, okay, S&P 500 is trending because Fed rate is coming out and blah, blah, blah. Or this is happening, or gold's moving higher because inflation's being pushed up because the Fed just cut a 25 BPS. Ah, shit I'm already doing.
So yeah, basically like you can be like Market Pulse, basically.
Yeah.
You can be like Bookmap's Market Pulse.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. I like that. Exactly. Guys, check it out. Another sweep of the low and another possible reversal back to trend higher. Again, we're not just selling off through these support zones. We're chopping our way lower, and then FOMC is going to come out, and we're just going to fall off. Fall off the roof.
Yeah, that's what I see. It's like a step ladder going down right now. You know, we got a lower low and higher low, or a lower high.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. Let's see. Alrighty. Good morning, guys. Guys, I'm hungry, dude. Um, Gold chopping but holding higher. Love to see it, man. Gold, that 45-minute demand was beautiful today. Hella funny. This is gonna be everybody's portfolio, guys, after FOMC. That mean we should all line up on puts? Full port puts? I don't know, man. Take out your life savings, buy some puts. We're gonna see an 800-point sell-off on NASDAQ. That's an $8 drop on QQQ. I bet the what's it called? Not the theta. The Vega, because of the options flow, because of a lot of the not gamma. It is the Vega. But when there's high IV. So let's see if we did QQQ. Today is the 17th. We did 0-day QQQ put. First off, right off the bat, what's something you guys see right away? Because I know what I see right away. First thing I see, 233,000 volume on the 590 puts right now. That surpasses any call. The rest of them, 12,000, still heavy. We have a 16, a 14, a 10. I don't know, man. I'm leaning. You know what it is. The buyers are definitely heavier right now to the upside than sellers are, because we see going down, you have negative 12,000, 7,000, 8,000, 7,000. Going up, we have 8,000, 16, 14, 10, 7. But with that being said, a lot of times what can happen? A lot of people have this open interest. They have these open moves to calls, and then boom, we drop, we sell off, and they get completely liquidated. They get ran through, markets sell. It's wild. So we could see if that occurs. Yeah, man. I mean, again, I'm personally liking shorts a little better. Markets have been bullish, so that has been, the trend is bullish regardless. We get a sell-off from this, though, that could be, like I said, sort of the highs of the market. Uncertainty leads to poor price action. That's what I might be looking for today. That's really funny. Random posted IG on in the posts. Said everyone after FOMC said, yeah, dude, it's impossible to trade. I know some premium traders that sell courses online. They know how to beat FOMO in the bank. It's simple. Short it and long it and then post the winner on YouTube. Good morning, guys. Yo, if you're here on YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe, join our community at Bullishbrs.com. I do this live every day for our community. Love our members. Absolutely great community of like-minded traders. We're all here to help everybody get better. 1% better every day is the goal. And if you get 2% better one day, then that's huge.
Kumbaya.
Hey,
Oh,
Marzitti's
sorry.
back.
Yeah.
What's up, Marzitti? How are your projects going?
Slow, but moving. Slow, but moving.
All right.
Now, my nephew just called me a minute ago. They're like, I'm thinking about getting a Kubota tractor like yours. What do you think about this, this, and this? I'm like, oh, God. No, I mean, the tractors are great. Absolutely. I love their BX tractors, but, you know, he's had this itching, and any excuse to get a tractor has been a good idea for him. I'm like, you know, you can't afford it. I'm not telling him he can't afford it, but I know he cannot afford it. And he's still, though, wanting to be a farmer. I'm like, oh, for crying out loud.
That's funny. Is your family farmers?
No, I mean years ago, yeah, years ago that we're all in rural area, and everything was farming for many years around here. But the I don't know. This is my nephew. He's got to have a skid steer. He's got to have a four-wheeler. He's got to have a tractor and everything like that. I'm like, "Ugh." And all you got's 2 acres, dude. Come on, get over it.
Oh, that's funny. Damn, man, gold doing all right. I like gold created a order block here on the 15. Mentioned those. I like order blocks mainly trend. Excuse me. Blah 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 blah. I like using order blocks mainly when we're trending on gold, and the reason for that is because order blocks help us spot those higher highs and higher lows. So when we're able to find them, it gives us the ability to be patient for right price to retrace, find our entry, and then we can just let it run. But like right here, and then we created another one right here. So now I would possibly look to see if we could retest this one and hold and push higher. But right now, gold looks like it's ready to just completely pop. 3720 is some resistance. If we get above 3720, we have a low volume shelf to 3722. Once we get above that, I do believe 37.32 is in play today. I think gold makes all-time highs today. Let's check gold. December 17th. 18th. Oh wow, gold another... Dude, gold's a completely different story. Gold December 17th is way down there. Right, let's see. 18th, I'm sorry, December 18th. Ooh, it gave us December 18th right here. Gave us a crazy dip and pop. So we don't know, guys. December 18th, this could have been... Oh, duh, of course we could know. Go to the 15-minute. We're going to go to December 18th. And we want to go to 2 o'clock. So we could go to like... We'll just go right to 2. So let's see. This was the FOMC dip. That's just a sell-off. Where's the pullback? Where'd that go? Did I put the wrong day? Let's see. I thought it was... Oh, wait, I'm in January. I'm 2023. D to D. December. Yeah, isn't this it? December 8th, right there. 2024. December 18th. Yeah, it sort of just sold off. I suppose it pulled back here. I just can't make out why the daily candle looks like it's got that long lower wick. It's very strange, but it did sell off. Let's see. Gold continuing. Fantastic. Nas with a little drop. Like I said, we're probably just going to chop our way lower. Mentioned that today. I mentioned that yesterday. I'll mention it tomorrow. My biggest thing is our last rate cut we had was December 18th, and that was the last all-time high we had before we sold off until April. Now, I do know that that wasn't the reason we sold off, but it could have had an impact, right? It could have had some help to it, right? Confluence, right? We talk about confluence in the charts. What about confluence in the economics? We had confluence and we had our last rate cut. We started to sell off, and then we went with tariffs. Markets lost their mind. They had no idea how reports would come back. All right, well, April, we're going to do a tariff relief on all countries but China. Markets were able to breathe again. Boom, 10% or like 1,000-point rally in a day on NASDAQ on that April 8th. And then what happened? We've rallied since then and made new all-time highs. Now we're back to sort of that, not square one, but that square of we're back at rate cuts. And the question isn't, are we getting a rate cut today? We're most likely 90-something% getting a rate cut. The question is, are we going to get another rate cut this year? It's September. Possibly do one, what is it, October, November for the next rate cut? If they say they're not, what will that do? If they say they will, what will that do? Will history repeat itself that we get one in September, then again possibly November, and then possibly December, and then that's it, and markets sell off going into January, February again, right? Sort of like a repeat, history repeating itself from this past year. So many different scenarios that can play out that we have to sort of prepare and be realistic with ourselves and with the markets. Just like I always say, does this sound realistic for the market to repeat itself? Of course it does. It does it all the time. So that's something that could realistically happen. Is it realistic for the market to continue trending higher? It is, but realistically, if we are looking at the chart, we've had a pretty strong trend. It doesn't look like we will sell off from here. It does look like we could be sweeping the high and pulling back. So probable and realistic wise, we can continue both directions. If FOMC comes in today and we have a bullish reaction, that's the only way I will stay with a bullish bias. If we get a bearish reaction to this FOMC, I'm going to have a bearish sentiment on the whole market. And that's a big statement because I've been bullish this whole year. So, well, not whole year, since April, but that'd be huge. That would be huge. This could be a pivotal moment in the economy. Pivotal moments in the economy can lead to reversals. Remember that. This is a pivotal moment. Pivotal times lead to reversals. This could be setting up to be the perfect storm. So what's going on, ladies and gents? You guys take any trades today? How green are you all today?
Green, green.
Green?
Yeah, green, green.
Green, green.
Green, green.
Nice. That's what I like to hear. Look at this, guys. Gold pushed into that low volume shelf up here and rejected. Guys, 10:20. I'm going to wrap up the stream just because I got some things to take care of. Got to get ready for the show and pretty shy and hungry, so I'll go grab something to eat. But guys, please join me for Futures Fever today, 11:30 on Benzinga. I'll send the link here in the Discord. But it's going to be a good show, and I do appreciate all the support. So thank you, guys. Appreciate you all. See you guys soon.
Later, dude.
Thanks, Kev.
Later. Take care, everybody.
Later.
And YouTube, guys, I will send you guys the link as well. There you go. Guys, I'll see you later. Like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram.